Intermittent fasting is one of the most useful tools in your arsenal to unlock full brain power, but not many people know how to do it. Let's get to it. Hey, I'm Liam, CEO and founder of Selfmastered, a peak performance training company that transforms entrepreneurs into elite performers that can achieve in one day what they previously achieved in 1 week. I've coached and trained hundreds of entrepreneurs and invested in 37 of them. So I want to talk about intermittent fasting, which is, as you know, a calorie restriction regimen. It means that you do not eat 3, 4, 5 times every day like most people, but you restrict your calorie intake to just a few hours per day. And there's multiple variants of intermittent fasting, right? I like to do 16-8, means that I eat in an 8-hour window and then I fast for 16 hours, but you can do 12-12, you can do 10-14, you can do even 24. So you have multiple options. Now, if you do it right, intermittent fasting is a perfect tool to truly tap into full brain power, because on the one side, it stimulates the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which is a protein that it is used to foster focus and in a lot of different cognitive processes. It also helps improve focus and alertness by stimulating the production of norepinephrine and dopamine, two of the neuromodulators that are involved in focus. But it also helps you with memory and learning, because there's now research that links intermittent fasting with the production of new neurons in the hippocampus, which is a part of the brain that is related to memory. In essence, fasting is a tool that you can use to have a brain performing at its peak, but you need to do it right. Because listen, your brain needs energy to function, obviously. And if you are fasted, you have no food in your system, no glucose to provide that energy. So how do you balance the fact that being fasted is good from a neurological perspective, but you also need energy in order for your brain to be able to function properly? By becoming a master at timing your fasting window. So the most popular variant of intermittent fasting implies not having breakfast, starting the day and not having anything to eat until lunchtime. And that to me is wrong. It's wrong because your brain needs glucose. So it is better to have glucose after waking up, have lunch, and then fast at night. When you do this way, you get all the benefits of intermittent fasting and you do not compromise your ability to focus during the day. Because if you think about it, the relationship between glucose and focus is a U-shape, right? Either you have full belly. If you just had lunch and it was a heavy lunch, then most of the blood in your system is in the digestion. So you don't get as much blood flow to the brain and you cannot truly focus that well. If you've ever had an afternoon slump, you know what I'm talking about. But on the other side, if you have no food whatsoever, then you have no glucose. Then your brain has trouble concentrating. So the ideal is that you have a little bit of food in your system, so you have enough glucose to have a fully functioning brain. Now, this is about intermittent fasting, because if you go more than 24 hours without consuming any food, then the brain switches from burning glucose first and glycogen, which is stored forms of glucose in the muscles, to burning ketones, which is fat. And once you are running on fats, you get very clear mental energy that is very, very good for sustained focus. I like to do about a handful of long water fasts per year, let's say about 4 days, and at around hour 30 I experience an incredible kick of mental clarity once my body start running on ketones, right? So if you are running on ketones, great, because you are going to experience fantastic clarity and mental energy. Just don't forget to have water fast and electrolytes. But if you are just doing intermittent fasting, make sure that you do not go overboard with how much you eat in any meal, and that you start the day with glucose so you have an energy powered morning and you fast at night. And at night, an additional benefit is that since your system is not digesting any food, you can direct that blood flow to produce more brain-derived neurotropic factor and even get into deeper stages of sleep much faster. Stage 3 non-sleep REM and also REM sleep. So this is how I use fasting for peak brain power. I fast at night or I do long water fasts. When I fast at night, I make sure that I get all the benefits, and by not fasting in the morning, I always have enough glucose for my brain to use and direct to cognitive tasks. And when I'm on a water fast, I am running on ketones, which is a great way of maximizing your brain power. And this is one of the tips, nutritional tips, that we provide our community of elite founders, but we essentially architect their diet so they're always showing up at their best when it matters most. If you want to be part of it, you know where to find us. See you in the next video.